Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Mr. Greatness. If you want to put your business on this platform, as I usually mention weekly, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's the same email if you want to if you want to send a donation, I should say. If you want to send a donation of any amount through our PayPal account, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. We have a lot of products now going towards the summer. Men's, kids, ladies' clothes, jewelry, cologne, perfume, house products, and much more. So that's evolutionoflondon.com. Also, you can check out evolutionoflondon.org, O-R-G. You find custom clothes, accessories, and ebooks for personal as well as business use. And finally, evolutionoflondon.store, S-T-O-R-E. There you'll find games, DVDs, clothing, more accessories. So, evolutionoflondon.store. We have different links to other affiliates, www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. You can support us that way. We do have a Patreon channel, which we have videos that's now posted on YouTube. We have digital artwork, and we have consulting services as well. So that's www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. And we're on rumble.com. Just type in the Oracle 19. So like, subscribe, and share to the Oracle 19 on Rumble. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 100% soy wax, 12-ounce jars from scented to unscented. Now the scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, rose, eucalyptus, peppermint, just to name a few. If you want to place your order, email the company at royalty9international@gmail.com. Same email, same title, I should say, Royalty 9 International. You'll find them on Instagram and TikTok. Just type in Royalty 9 International. You'll find them on Instagram and TikTok, as I mentioned. Again, over 35 plus burning time with these luxury candles, very good quality. Again, Royalty 9 International. Check out the company Cindy's Place. Cindy's Place. She has custom clothes, accessories, digital products. Her website is www.cindysplace.org. Once again, www.cindysplace.org. Mr. Will is a fitness consultant over 15 plus years. So if you want to book a consultation, email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. Again, that's healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. And you also could support his merch, www.wjaaccessories.com for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. Again, www.wjaaccessories.com. DJ Panthro. DJ Panthro is an international DJ, so if you want to book for him to come to your venue, you email him at djpanthro 519@gmail.com. Again, that's DJ Panthro, Panthro, 519@gmail.com. And you can check them on social media. That is YouTube. Type in DJ Panthro 519 on YouTube and subscribe to it. Subscribe. DJ Panthro. And also you can find them on Instagram and TikTok, DJ Panthro, as well as The Real DJ Panthro. That's DA, The Real DJ Panthro. Again, on TikTok. Once again, DJ Panthro. Music. Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. We have a whole wide range of different beats. And once you go to his YouTube channel, you will see his other social media sites. So like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And continuing to train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel to open up your third eye. Over 760 shows and counting. So like, subscribe, and share to greatness. To greatness. The Greatness 19 channel. On the page, same page, you scroll down the Greatness 19 channel, you will see Mr. Evolution of London. Mr. Evolution of London is our health and wellness channel, so I need you guys to subscribe to that as well. We need to build that up as well, so I will appreciate that. And again, thank you. London Paving Solutions. The weather is warm, and they're kicking off 2024 season, and they offer services, residential services such as driveway sealing, hot asphalt repairs, new paves, foundation sealing. Foundation seal. Why am I saying that? Pardon me, guys. Foundation sealing, lawn maintenance such as cutting, rolling, aerating, commercial services, parking lot sealing, cutouts, repairs, parking lines, and that's London Paving Solutions. They also give a free estimate. You can call them at their office number, 519-697-4637. Their cell phone is 519-702-5712. And their email is londonpavingsolutions@gmail.com. Definitely a great company. I highly recommending you, especially going towards the summer. I know your guys need repairs on your driveways and lawn cutting as well, especially in the London, Ontario area, southwestern Ontario area at that. So that's the key, in southwestern Ontario. London Paving Solutions. Now, the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music, just to name a few. Any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast. Rumble.com, just type in the Oracle 19. The Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London. Both of those are on YouTube, of course. And finally, www.theoracle19radio.com. I believe I covered everybody. We have taken care of the business aspect of things as usual. Today, do you really have freedom of speech? Do you really have freedom of speech? In this day and time, you're being watched everywhere. Cameras in your neighborhood. You have home cameras Your next door neighbor have home cameras. The neighborhood have cameras. Store owners have cameras. The police and other law enforcement, they got cameras. Even law enforcement have cameras on them in their police car. You go to your job, there's security cameras. And in the job, there's cameras sprinkled everywhere throughout the facility. Technically, your house, your electronics, if the government want to hone in on you, they can hone in on you through your cell phone, TV, etc. So there ain't no privacy. And freedom of speech is limited in this day and time. You have to be very careful what you say. Yes, under the Constitution in America, we have that freedom of speech law in the Constitution. In Canada, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. There's, similar to the Constitution, there's that freedom of speech that is we the people, whether North America in general, have that right. But do you really have freedom of speech? That's the question. You know the answer to this. Not really. Yes, we could say certain things, but not everything and not everywhere. And especially you have to be very careful in this day and time. It really ties into the previous show I talked about, the secret of happiness. The secret of happiness is freedom. It rolls hand in hand. So if you listen to the previous show, literally, and this show, everything ties in together. You really have to watch what you say. Even despite within the law, you have a certain amount of freedom that you can talk about. With this social media, your information could be taken to the public in milliseconds, and you could get really destroyed. You could be ostracized from your neighborhood, from your job, meaning you're fired. Your brand, if you have a business, could be crippled. There's so many different layers to this. Government have made it very tricky, and they push that agenda on private industries such as your job. And give you an example with your job. If you talk about homosexuals, like if you have your opinion about homosexuals, and not really disrespecting homosexuals, you just say, I don't like their lifestyle. You know, a simple thing like that could get you terminated. Because HR could, depending on what you say and the tone and how you say it, they could wiggle a case where they could say you bullying, you hateful, and if they can wiggle a case saying you hateful towards homosexuals in any type of way, you could lose your job. You terminate, fired. Same thing if you talk about women, racism, of course, but you have no opinion on the job because that can get you fired. And if you don't support the LGBTQ to the fifth power community with the company by, let's say, wearing the shirt, they could wiggle something depending on the company that you're not a team player. You're not in conjunction with the company. You have a bad attitude. Wiggle a case where you can literally get fired because you're not a team player. just keep on building the case. Like I said, it's just all about words and how it's presented and how you move. So you have to be very careful. So do you really have freedom of speech? Your opinions on the job? Not really. And nowadays, you have to go with their rules and regulations, because when you sign that contract, they put that stipulation indirectly that you have to be a team player, and if you're not a team player, and they could build up a case where you could no longer be with the company. And then on top of that, if majority of the people is for a certain agenda on the job and you're not part of that, you could be easily ostracized, where eventually they maybe transfer you to a different department and use the excuse that we need you here and it's a lower type of job. And they bring up all different excuses. They're very smooth, these companies. They could talk about, nowadays, even outside, like on your lunch break, you have supervisors, especially if you're a target within the company, you're not liked it. They will watch you. They watch you when you go to the bathroom. They have spies, informants, ops to watch you where you go throughout the office or wherever. They will even get close to you and have conversations. So what are you doing this weekend? This management might talk to you. And if you say, hey, I'm going to go and have a party, and that party's going to be lit. They probably have a little Coke there, Coke, I take a little Coke at, times, but I'll be all right for a Monday. And, your manager would be smiling. Yeah, wow, man, I wish I was there, dude. I wish I was there, guy. Yeah, man, you have a good time. Have a good time for us. Yeah, guy. And all of a sudden, in the back of his mind, that management is taking notes. He's going to be taking drugs during the weekend. Noted. Date and time when he said that. So now that's noted. And then keep building the case, being that you're not a team player. And then all of a sudden that goes in HR, and that's room for grounds, possibly termination. They will add that onto other things. Things that you said, freedom of speech. They're very smooth with it, guys. You better watch what you say when you're talking to management or HR, because they're not your friend. Especially if you're not liked it. They're not your friend. All of that smiley face is what it is. Game. You say you talk that talk, you will find all of a sudden you got a termination notice. So do you really have freedom of speech? And I'm really honing in on the jobs, because a lot of us work these square jobs where not necessarily we liked it, because we're not team players. These supervisors have a lot of ops and informants. They got cameras around. They're watching you. When you go to the bathroom, when you get off your break, how long your break is. They making sure you're on time. They watch. You're a second late. It's noted. That's just a side note. But that all ties in because of the freedom of speech, or what you say might be held against you, and they don't like how you move. So they use they get petty and use these little ticky-tack things to add on to your case of getting rid of you. So management not necessarily your friend. So I will tread waters lightly. And freedom of speech, they trying to shut that down within government in North America. You go in the streets, cities, towns, provinces where you reside, and you have the Bible in your hand, and you talk about the Bible and preach how the Lord say, for example, in Leviticus 20:13, about man sleeping with mankind as he lieth for a woman, blah blah blah. You'll know, some of you Bible individuals that know the Bible, you understand what I'm talking about with Leviticus chapter 20 verse 13. You start preaching that in the streets, they trying to pass laws where, and they are actually, have it already in motion: hate crime, bullying, hate speech. That's already in effect. You not only could lose your job, but if you're in the streets, you can get jail time. Misdemeanor definitely. A fine definitely. Bullying, hate speech, in many places is a felony now. As I'm thinking about it, they felonies. And if you're in the United States, you're on the list. You're on the government list. Freedom of speech. Now they implementing, if you type in male supremacy. It's not like white supremacy or black supremacy. Male supremacy. Male supremacy is basically men. They supposed to be misogynistic, they talking bad about women. They trying to chisel that in, where males, if you're a male supremacist, you just basically be bashing women. It's just about men, empowerment of men, but defaming women's character or putting women down. Go and Google male supremacy. And a lot of men, even on YouTube, a lot of these YouTube channels is basically getting axed, getting cut off by YouTube because they have the male concept. It's getting tight on YouTube in terms of talking about men empowerment. It's not about defaming you ladies. Matter of fact, men talking about what men need to do, that will build character really of a real man being able to take care of his woman properly and having leadership skills and control of his household. That's basically what the manosphere is talking about. Some people a little bit extreme, but overall that's really what it's about. But no, a lot of ladies, a lot of people in general, a lot of weak-minded people, they already implemented this agenda, and even there's certain sites in the back of my mind, I forgot though. In the back of my mind, there's a company, there's an agency that is funded by the government, Homeland Security, and dang, I forgot the name. I wish I can give it to you, but you can Google it. Just Google companies funded by government and put male supremacy or male supremacists and see what comes up. It's a company, it's an organization that is basically funded by the government in the United States to, basically hone in on YouTubers that talk about male, about the male experience and what men need to do, and order and discipline within the family. Things that I talk about. I see I'm insignificant because my channel, I'm not getting like 100,000 subscribers plus, not yet. But if I reach that point, I'll be on that list. And I don't sit down and talk about women's this, women. And I have over 400 episodes. And if you scroll down, I talk about science and politics and aliens and foods and processed foods and the future of foods and a lot of different topics, a wide range of different topics. I don't sit and say, oh, women is trash or stuff. And I even talk about this on many different shows. You have the difference between women and females. Sometimes I use the words interchangeably, but basically where I'm coming from, you have the difference. There's women and there's females. Women, the 2% that is out here, are wonderful. They the type of women that I will give the shirt off of my back and protect them because they deserve it. They respect themselves. They respect their family. They take care of their children. They take care of their loved ones. They respect them. They respect men in general, and they know how to carry themselves as women. And I have the ultimate respect for them. I got no problem with that 2% of women sprinkled throughout the whole world. But I have a problem with bitches, though. Females. I have a deep-rooted problem with bitches, the 98% of them. I don't have no love for them. I have contempt, low-key hate. Church. Now, I don't want to see them deleted and stuff like that because I don't give a damn about those 98% of them because I'm living my life. But I don't have no love for them, those females. That's where I'm talking about. And I talk about that on many different shows, but a lot of women don't listen to the whole shows, and a lot of weak men don't listen to the whole shows. They just see titles, they roll with it. And that's typical. But it wouldn't surprise me if my channel grows like that. I'll be on the list, and they will say, oh, he talk about women all the time. No, I don't. But the ignorance, people don't want to take time out. But it is what it is. When you're in this social media world, people only just take bits and pieces. But freedom of speech is being eliminated. And I gave you an example of male supremacy. Male supremacy, they have that now. Where men can't even talk about how to be a man and have an order in their household. That's obsolete now. Or it's becoming obsolete. They phasing out a lot of YouTubers, male YouTubers are being cut off or demonetized. It's crazy. And other social media sites like Facebook, they getting rid of the men that talking about men empowerment, so forth, so on. That's why I have multiple different. I already created a foundation of multiple different platforms. So therefore, it won't be no issue with people, with other platforms. If you get rid of YouTube, there's Rumble. There's the company internet radio website. Other social media sites, it's still in effect. There's the Facebook and Instagram, whatever. The point being that multiple different platforms is needed because in this day and time, freedom of speech is being taken away, and certain words they use, you can't even say no more. Just 40 years ago, you said certain words were about the homosexual community. I'm not saying right or wrong, up and down, but you can't even say that without people looking at you side-eye when you say homosexuals. You got to go with LGBT. If you say homosexual, people's listen to your tone. Oh, his tone. He sounds like he's very harsh. If he said the homosexual community, that sounds very harsh. I think Mr. Greatness hates the homosexual community. No, I don't. Personally, I don't like their lifestyle. Their lifestyle is not in alignment with my lifestyle. I'm not, you're not gonna be chilling in my house as a male, being a trans gentleman. It don't fall into my scope of life. But if I see you on the street and you say hi to me, hey, how you doing? I'm talking about if you're a neighbor and you from that trans community, Trans Am community, or you LGBTQ to the fifth power community. I can see you in the streets. Hey, how you doing? How is the weather? Great. How's life for you? Good. How's life for you, Mr. Greatness? Well, okay. Have a nice day. Cool. It's the same thing if I was at a square job. Same thing. Hey, how you doing? Good. You feeling okay? Great. Keep it pushing. But am I letting you come to my house and we're gonna be best of friends? No, we don't have the same mindset. I think I have that right still to say that, right? Nowadays, people even will look at you side-eye. You're not allowed to say that. Nah, you can't say that anymore. You're supposed to welcome everyone in your house. They trying to push that agenda. The government, trying to push that agenda that you gotta welcome people in your house type of thing. Why am I bold enough to say something like that? Because during COVID, the government was restricting people of how many people is allowed in their house. Now, this is your house. And matter of fact, you could get fined if they catch you having 5 or more people in your house. Or 10 or more. Depends on the state, city, or province you live. This is the nerve of the government. Having whoever you have in your house, you restricted to have a certain amount of people in your house. And of course, bedtime where you for you might be 8 o'clock. COVID, they was pulling those things. Everybody got to be back at the house. In some places, some states, some provinces, people got to be in their house by 10 o'clock. That type of thing. Unless you working and you got to show proof of papers. This sounds like slavery. You got to show freedom papers of where you going. Cops was mandated and they could stop you and pull that game on you. So who's to say years from now they won't try to pull that? Freedom of speech. Rights of the people. All work hand in hand. See, this is it. That's why I said do you really have freedom of speech? Not necessarily. Because if it's a major catastrophe, it's another thing. Your opinions of what you can say is thrown out the window. Martial law takes precedence over everything. FEMA kicks in. That federal agency, FEMA, that handles big natural catastrophes, events such as aka COVID. They now your daddy. They now tell you what you can do, who gonna be at your house, how many people. Laws changing now. So freedom of speech, not really. And I wave it with my hands, not really. You have to be very, very careful how you move out here. Cameras is all over the place, and the cameras can also hear your conversations as well, and that's recorded in your neighborhood. We already know if you talk about you bearing arms. I have the right to bear arms. What my dude, it depends on the city, state, where you reside, because the state have their laws. And they always moving the goalposts. I got a right to bear arms. I have an AK-47 on you. Even if you in the state, let's say like Michigan. Well, you can maybe in there hold it and carry it. But say something slick while you holding it. Like, for example, I got a right to bear arms. I'll shoot a guy if they look at me the wrong way. Oh, you gonna shoot a guy? Oh, sir, drop your weapon. Drop your weapon. Now! Get down, get down, get down! Drop it! No! Drop it right now! And you like, I got rights. I got rights. I'm not doing bow. Now your body's moving, it's doing the Harlem Shake, and you moving like you spaghetti because you're getting those hot ones all leaded up in your body, and your body is moving like paper in the wind because you're getting shot up. Because when you just said, no, I got rights. And they said, get down, get down, get down. Now that freedom of speech is out the window. And especially if you are a black man. Even if you in, let's say, a state where you can carry arms. Yeah, you can roam around carrying arms. That state allows people. That's law. But now what you say with the gun is a totally different thing. So do you really have freedom of speech? Not really. You don't. You just don't, man. You don't. You gotta weigh what you say, depends where you at. No matter if the government have rights or laws for you and it protects you, but laws, there's two types of laws. There's black law, this is indirectly now. Black law and white law. Where a white person can carry or say some things to the officer. He has a weapon in the state that allow you to carry. He tells the officer, I ain't dropping my weapon. I have a God-given right, guy. A God-given right, God damn it. To hold a gun. This is my country, guy. This is my country, my freedom. I ain't putting down a goddamn thing in front of you. I don't care if you police or not. This is my country. I'm a taxpayer. I pay your salary. What's your badge number? Right now, give it to me right now. White cop won't say anything. Let it slide. It's his brethren. He just calls for backup. Make sure that white citizen don't go ape shit and start letting it out, spraying the place. Let it be a black man. Come on, this is the indirect stuff that we don't want to talk about, but we know it's here. Let a black man with an AK-47 talk about. Let Raheem or have a. I'm stereotyping now. Let David or Raheem have. Or Tiger Woods Joe have a AK in his hand. Tell the officer, yo man, I got a God-given right, man. I'm keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real right here, man. I don't let my shit go down for nobody. That's what it is. For nobody. Nobody. Yo, shit is real here, man. You know, you feel me? Yo, son, I'm not taking out my gun off my strap for you. I have a God-given right. This is my country. This is free. The country, the state let me have the gun here. They allow me in this state. And that's for Raheem. He's wet up so bad 50 times. Yo, he's doing the Harlem Shake. Now Raheem is dead. Tiger Woods Joe, dead. Dave, Sammy boy, dead. Because he started opening up his mouth that he ain't taking the gun, putting the gun down. That's your example of black and white law. And we know it's true. I don't care white people, other races. Mr. Greatness, I don't know. Come on. We know. We know. We just don't want to talk about it. We don't want to admit to this. This is indirect law, okay? They can't say that's not true, but it is true. So do you really have freedom of speech? Not really. Depends who you are. You might have a little bit more. Depends who you know. You might have a little bit more. Depends your status in life. That might give you a little get out of jail free card in the game of Monopoly. Depends. It depends. So don't get slick with the mouth because the law might be in your favor, but this white system moves the goalposts every week, every day, every month, every year. Look, in Oakland, the Black Panther Party was able to carry their guns in the 60s, but when they see black people, black men marching around in the town of Oakland, city of Oakland, they changed the goalposts. They changed the laws and said you can't have guns anymore. That's how it is. That's the way it is. That's the reality. So do you have freedom of speech? Not really. And especially now where they implement new laws and regulations. United States, you have the Patriot Act, and I think Canada have, because I follow up with Canadian stuff as well, because they work hand in hand, and people send me information as well. They got these new bills in Canada where they limiting freedom of speech, and they classify as hate speech and all of this stuff. Canada's not that nice. They might come across with all smiley face and welcome and welcome, eh? Yeah, how you doing, eh? For sure, eh? You go to Canada if you want. You coming from the United States or somewhere in the world, you play a fool if you want. You be going up there to Superior Court up there in Canada, criminal charges and possible deportation, or if you're a citizen there, especially if you're a black one, you're getting some time. See, because here I hear the stories. Black folks, what they gotta go through there. Canada's not that nice, that's all I'm saying. They talk that. And you know what difference with the United States and Canada? One grin, the other one smile. That's why I like me some Donald Trump. Because he's going to tell you what it is. If he don't like you, he don't like you. I like that. I like that. Especially, I like white men like that because, I get along with a lot of rednecks. I'm just saying in general. I travel in the South, the deep South, because they're going to tell you what it is. They tell you who they like, who they appreciate. But I don't like these liberal white men and women out here. They smile in your face, they smiley. But when they come home, they still calling you the N-word. They still calling you all these names, and they saying they don't like you and stuff. I don't like that phoniness. And then you turn around, you want to be my friend. You want to talk to me about how's the weather. You know, whether it's at the job or the neighborhood or anywhere. I don't like those liberal white men and women. They phony as a phony dollar bill. Because you know they don't like you. Well, if you got third eye, you know they don't like you. But they come across with want to smile at you, even give you a gift. They will even give you a gift card or whatever, but they don't like you. Come on, man, they don't like you. Hey, matter of fact, I get along with the rednecks great. Because I know what it is. They don't like me, I don't like them. Cool. But we could be civil. We could be civil. Matter of fact, we can even be so civil, right? We have good conversation. Talk about sports, talk about life. I like that. It's like that's why I like my Trump. I hope he wins. Now I'm getting political here. I hope he wins. I like that guy. I like people in general that's up front. Because I keep it up front. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I won't say nothing to you. If I can't say I don't like you, I won't say nothing to you. And if I hate you, please don't let me hate you, because if you say something to me slick, I might black out. As I get older, I try to refrain, but if I try to, I'll black out. That's why my brother tells me I gotta take it easy. But yeah, I mean, freedom of speech is limited. It's limited. So you have to know how to maneuver in the city, town, state, province, country where you live. Don't think because it's law you could just say whatever. Not in this day and time. Especially if you're dealing with North America and European nations. It just do not work that way. The government moves the goalposts every day. And there's different laws pertaining to people undercover. So be careful. Tread waters lightly. Thank you for listening.
Cheap.